everybody, it's Rebecca here at Why Mermaids, and welcome to part 3 of my Q&A answer videos. You can check out my other videos to see my book-related answers and my booktube-related answers, but today's video is all about the personal questions. So let's get into it. Sarah, without an H, asked me how I met my fiance. Well, my fiance, his name is James, by the way. He's actually the younger brother of one of my high school and middle school friends. We didn't date back then. We would not have gelled at that time. But then years in the future, she and I, my friend, the older sister, who's my age, she and I kind of reconnected. We started working at the same high school again, we started working at the same high school, and she was like, hey, you're single, my brother's single, I think you would be really good together. So she set us up, and it really worked out. So we've been together ever since, which is now 3.5 years. So it's not that long, but we really connected really fast. So, yeah. Elena from Elena Reads Books asked me if I could be any animal, what would it be and why? I would be a cat, because cats have it so great. They don't have to, like, clean up after themselves. They clean themselves. You know, they're very hygienic animals. But they just get to, like, lay around and sleep in the sun, and whenever they want attention, they're like, you know, they always get it, because people always want to give attention to cats, but then when they don't want it, they can just, like, lash out and run away, and it's really great. So, I would be a cat. Trina from Between Chapters asked me what is my favorite holiday. Christmas. Which fictional character from any media would you want to cosplay as? Hermione Granger, because I already kind of do I did. When I would go to, like, Harry Potter movie premieres and whatnot, not the actual premiere, but, like, you know, the midnight showing, I would dress up as Hermione, because I have the outfit, like, the whole thing. And including, like, the SPEW badges that I would try to sell to people, and it worked. And so, yeah. Although it would also be really fun to be Daenerys from Game of Thrones, because hello, Mother of Dragons. Trina also asked me if I would be her friend. Trina? Yes! Absolutely yes, I'll be your friend. The Crafty Home asked me if I could combine any two animals, what would they be, what would it look like, and what would I call it? A cat and an otter, because they're my two favorites. And it would be a cotter, or a catter, and it would basically be like a cat that likes to swim, because you don't find a lot of those. So yeah. Irene Barrasso asked if I'd rather teleport or time travel, and the answer is teleport, because time travel kind of scares me, because you can mess things up seriously, and I don't really want to know the future sometimes. No. But teleporting, like, you don't have to drive to work. If you want to go and travel, you can just teleport and be there. It would save you so much time and money and effort. So teleport, because it's like apparating, and who doesn't want to be any sort of Harry Potter life? That doesn't make sense, but you get what I'm saying. She also asked me what is my favorite childhood TV show. I was a big fan of the Nickelodeon cartoons like Rugrats and Hey Arnold, but I'm gonna go with Guts and Legends of the Hidden Temple, because when I was a kid, I was, like, obsessed. I wanted to be on those shows. I wasn't quite old enough, and then it got canceled, and I never got down to Florida and got to be on it. But I just loved them. I would, like, run around my neighborhood in the summer and, like, practice for it. Like, I'd be in the pool and, like, doing, like, the pretend, like, you know, rowing things, or I'd be, like, running up my stairs and, like, it was the aggro crag and hitting pretend actuators like you have to do in that show, because I wanted to I was training. Didn't work. Miss Jeffers 2010 asked what is my favorite color? Red, but because it chose me. I was walking around one day and I had red shoes on, red shorts on, and a red backpack. And a red bandana, I think, too. So, apparently, I just started really liking red. So, red. Melinda92 asked what sports I play, and I used to play soccer, or for those of you across the pond, football. But over here we call it soccer. I don't know why, but we do. And so I played soccer growing up until, like, the 10th grade. When I stopped, but I still like to play it every once in a while. I coached it for a couple years. We played Ultimate Frisbee 2 weeks ago, though, at school, in the faculty one, because we're awesome like that, but soccer. Do you have any siblings? I have an older sister. And then I have younger half-siblings. I have a half-brother, 2 half-brothers, and a half-sister who are like 20-ish years younger than me. So, yeah, I have a lot. What do you like to do in your free time besides reading and watching movies, or even, I guess, I'm gonna include booktubing in that as well. So other than booktubing and reading and like watching movies, I like to write. I'm a writer. I go to Starbucks and write. I like to play with my cats and my dog. I go to the gym a couple times a week. I don't know what else I do in my free time. Oh, I play a lot of Lego video games. I'm a big fan of the Lego games for PlayStation. Like right now I'm playing Lego Jurassic World, and it's awesome. So, yeah. How many languages do you speak? I speak English and a teeny tiny bit of Spanish left over from learning it in high school and college. So, when I went to Mexico a year and a half ago for a week, I was able to kind of speak a little bit with the natives, but not that wonderfully at all. So, yeah. And then finally, she asked me, what do I know about the Czech Republic? That I want to go there, but that's about it. I need to learn more. Kirsten Hollanders asked me about basically what is my job, what do I do at a school, how did I get into it, and if it wasn't available, what would I want to do instead? I didn't mean to be a teacher. It was always kind of my backup career. I wanted to be a film director, and I moved to Hollywood and tried to do it. It didn't work out, and teaching is in my blood, like all my family teaches, and so I couldn't run away far enough from it because it sucked me back in. So I really enjoy it. I teach high school journalism classes, so I teach yearbook, newspaper, and the introduction to mass communications class, which includes both yearbook, newspaper, and TV, which is really fun. It's a lot of, I really enjoy doing it. I got into it because I was teaching special ed English, and I was enjoying that, but I wanted to get out of special ed because my mom taught special ed, and Apple Tree, they were a little too close, and so I kind of wanted to get straight, just, regular English. The teacher I was working with I was teaching English with her, but she also taught yearbook and newspaper. She had to leave, and she was like, hey, I think you could be really good at this because you're creative and you're good with computers and design and whatnot, so would you be interested? And I said yes, and I love it because I get to teach, which I enjoy, but I also get to be creative and visual, and I kind of get a little bit of that publication world in there as well. And then if I couldn't do it, what would I do instead? I would really like to be a writer. This full-time would be really cool too. Yep. And then, or if I couldn't do that, I wouldn't mind working in like the publishing world, or even like an online content producer type thing. Mandy from Oh It's Mandy asked me, what is my favorite drink on a hot day? I am a big fan of the iced soy caramel macchiato or an iced soy chai. And then I'm from the South, so I have to say a sweet tea because I have to. And then I really, really, really like vanilla Coke. I don't buy it often because I try not to drink sodas. But the other day I was having a bit of a weakness, and so I was like, I'm gonna get a vanilla Coke. Well, you can't really just get a vanilla Coke anymore. You have to buy like the 12-pack. So I went to the store. They didn't have any there. No 12 packs of vanilla Coke because I didn't go to Kroger. Like, I should have gone to the grocery store and I didn't do it. But I found this Dr. Pepper vanilla float. So I've been drinking these. It doesn't taste any more vanilla-y than a regular Dr. Pepper. It's basically just Dr. Pepper, but in a can that looks like it would be vanilla-y, which really bummed me out. David Lopez asked, what is the most memorable day of my life? And it's the day that I got engaged. It was a big day for me, for us. Basically, he did a really, 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 really great job. We spent the day doing things that were all about us. He recreated our first date and our second date, and then we went out to dinner. And when I came home, he'd set up the entire back deck with like lights and candles and fake snow, because it was, December 29th. And it was beautiful, and he made his own like chocolate covered strawberries, and yeah, so that was a really perfect day. Mari from My Name is Marinez asked me, who's my favorite mermaid? Ariel from The Little Mermaid is probably my favorite of all the mermaids, though I do like the mermaids in Peter Pan as well, even though they're kind of evil. Sam from Novels and Nonsense asked me if I could visit one place, where would I want to go? Japan. I've wanted to go to Japan since I was a kid. I'd also really like to go to Australia, New Zealand, India, all over the whole world, but Japan is the #1. And what is your earliest book-related memory? It would be reading Bread and Jam for Francis with my dad. I mean, I read a lot growing up. A lot of my early memories have books in them, but he would read that to me, but he would change it to Bread and Peanut Butter for Becca, because I was obsessed with peanut butter as a kid. Like, that's all I ate, was peanut butter sandwiches. So he would change all the words, and so that one kind of stuck with me. Trina from Between Chapters asked me where I want to go on a honeymoon, and I want to go to Hawaii, and it's in the works, so we're hoping that I'll get to go soon, because I like the beach and adventure and exotic things, and yes. You also asked me if I think mermaids really exist. Yes. And what is my favorite mermaid movie? The Little Mermaid, because I don't really know many other mermaid movies besides that Disney Channel original movie that was not so great. Like, she was like a swimmer in the pool and she turned into a mermaid. The Little Mermaid is better, even though she's not a mermaid at the end of it. And finally, LCD Amora, I'm so sorry, asked me, why mermaids? Because they're awesome. Well, that is it for my Q&A answers. Sorry, this has been a very long series. If you have any questions for me, feel free to ask them to me. I'll answer you in the comments rather than a video. But let me know an interesting fact about yourself down in the comments below, or let me know if you share any of these weird same facts, question answers that I do. I hope you have enjoyed watching, and that's it for me today. I'll see you next time.